Hello class, today in science we are moving into lesson 4, I should say. We're going to be talking about the life cycle of a flowering plant. We have 3 main objectives or goals for today. First, we want to be able to define the word dormant. Then, we will learn about the resources needed for plants to grow and thrive. Last, you will label a diagram depicting the life cycle of a flowering plant. So make sure you have your notes open to lesson 4. So before we talk about the life cycle of a plant, let's make sure we all know what the word life cycle means. All living things have a life cycle. Look at these pictures and think about how you would describe the typical life cycle of a person. So for people, the life cycle, you go from a baby to a toddler to a child to a teenager to an adult and then to an older adult. So that's an example of what a life cycle means. Now we can begin to talk about the life cycle of a plant. If you look at this picture, you'll see some bean seeds. In the picture, the bean seeds are hard and dry. These seeds are in the resting stage, or are dormant. So that's what you should write for question 1 in your notes. Seeds that are dormant will not begin to grow without the proper resources. They can remain dormant for days, weeks, or even years. So I wonder what these seeds need, what resources they might need to grow. Seeds will remain dormant until they receive water, oxygen, and the right temperature. So those 3 things are the proper resources a dormant plant needs. That's the answer to question 2 in your notes. So once seeds get what they need to grow, the life cycle begins. So if you look at this image, you can see an example of each stage in a plant's life cycle. So the first stage is dormant, then germinating, 3, a seedling or a small plant, and 4, a mature plant or a full-grown plant. So pause the video here and label the chart in your notes with each stage in the plant's life cycle. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the different parts of the process. You'll notice this isn't in your notes, so you can just sit back, relax, and listen. Let's talk about germinating seeds. During this stage, a root pushes through the seed coat and begins to grow downward. The top part of the root grows upwards and becomes the stem. The stem carries the seed coat and the seed leaves with it. The seed coat falls off. The seed leaves provide food for the plant. 2 small leaves begin to grow from between the seed leaves. So notice those different parts in the pictures. Let's see how a plant moves from germination to seedling. When the stored food in the seed leaves is used up, they dry up and fall off. Then, more leaves grow from the buds on the stem as the plant grows taller. The new leaves can trap energy from sunlight and make sugar. Plants use the energy and sugar to grow. Lastly, let's look at how a plant moves from a seedling, a small plant, to a mature plant or a full-grown plant. To become a mature plant, the seedlings need water, oxygen, and the right temperature. They also need sunlight for energy. Bean plants and many other plants need soil to grow in. After a few weeks, the bean plant is full grown and then it blooms. The flowers are pollinated and grow into bean pods or fruits. Inside the bean pods, new bean seeds grow. When the seeds are full grown, the fruits dry up. Farmers can then remove the seeds. These seeds will remain dormant until they are given the proper resources, which we learned about on a few slides ago. From there, the cycle starts all over again. So that's all for our lesson about the life cycle of a plant. Thanks for watching.